Camera time. All right, welcome back to episode 2 of the Good Enough podcast. I'm still Tyler.
And I'm still Ryan.
All right, and if you haven't listened to episode 1, feel free to jump over to Apple Music, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and the Anchor site itself, which all the links will have for you. And check that one out.
Yeah, it's a good episode 1, so don't forget to go check it out if you haven't. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at GoodEnoughPod. All right, let's jump right into it. Did you know that nutsacks actually have taste buds? Okay, let me preface this. I did not just look this up on my own.
Just salt?
Yeah, basically. So I was upstairs on my computer, actually, and Shelby came running up the stairs and was just so excited to say...
And for anyone that doesn't know, Shelby's her girlfriend.
Yeah. Shelby's my girlfriend. She came bolting up the stairs and interrupted me on my computer to tell me that men have taste buds on their nutsacks. So anyway...
it sounds like a bad science experiment.
Yeah, basically. And that was what she was trying to turn it into. So she was like, Ryan, you have to see what soy sauce or orange juice tastes like.
Oh, no.
Through your nuts. And in my head, I'm thinking, I've never tried soy sauce. And so...
Actually,
I don't think I've ever tried soy sauce, no. What? Or at least, I don't know what it tastes like. I can't think of what it tastes like. And so...
It's also salt.
Yeah. And so the first thing going through my head there was, do I really want the first time I ever taste soy sauce to be through my nuts? No.
Yeah, no.
No. So naturally,
it's a hard no.
I went to the orange juice.
Yeah.
And the crazy part is, you know how it takes like a while, like 30, 45 minutes, you sit in a hot tub and your hands get all wrinkly? Dude, I had my nuts in orange juice for 5 seconds, pulled them out, and they were just as wrinkly. No, that was totally fake. I did not put my nuts in orange juice. The rest was true.
Citrus
I made her look up a medical fact to make sure that was true or not before actually doing that, and it was not true that you could actually taste through your nuts, but you do have taste buds down there, so pretty crazy. So for those of you listening who wanted to try that,
please
don't, because you'll look and feel like an idiot.
Oh, damn it. I hope someone does it.
I hope not.
And you know what the cool part is actually we joked that 3 people were going to listen to it. Far more than 3 people listened to the last one.
Yeah, that's a good thing. So thanks for you guys who are listening.
Yeah. And it was the kind of like forecasted stat is that, we're recording it not even a week ago, or a week from the last one. But it was that each person only listened to it once, which is kind of rad. So like it wasn't 3 people listening to it 5 times each.
We didn't listen to it 10 times and then
say, it's not fluffed. So
yeah, that's good.
So yeah, thanks to everyone that took 30 minutes out of their life to hear our voices at different volumes.
Yeah, and thanks for you guys for listening to this one as well.
Yeah, appreciate it. We're having fun, and I don't know. Hopefully tell a story about some orange juice nutsack.
Yeah.
Oh, God, you got me good on that one.
Yeah, I knew that was a pretty funny one. When she said it, it was just so out of the blue, caught me so off guard.
And she just ran upstairs to tell you?
Oh, dude.
Where did she hear it?
Out of the blue. I don't know. She saw it online or something. And apparently, it was like a big thing on TikTok and a bunch of other...
Is nutsack marinade?
Yeah. People just trying a bunch of different things through their nuts, apparently, and everyone said that it was true for the most part on social media. Absolutely, it was not.
So
we looked it up.
You didn't try the peanut butter thing?
Yeah. Nope. That was the other thing. When she said that...
Well, that spoils it then.
Yeah, my first thought was, okay, if that's true, there would have been so many times where I would have tasted shit down there. Salt. Chlorine.
Yeah. Blood.
Yeah. Not that one.
Yeah. Oh, well. You haven't got kicked hard enough.
Yeah. No, I haven't.
Yeah, that got me. That was like right off the bat. I did not see that one coming.
Yeah. It was a good one for sure.
Oh, man. That one's motherly approved. Actually, you know what? On the topic of that, I don't think my mom listened to the first one. was one of those things. She's like, "Oh my god, I'm so excited to hear it." And my sister
still
listened
not
to
proud
it
of you
like
for this
10
reason.
minutes after we posted it. She was probably like the first person other than us. And my mom the whole time was like, "Oh, I forgot to listen to it." And she's the worst because now she's in Hawaii
Without you.
Yes, and you know what I did today?
You went to
I
work.
went to work. And
For
you know,
a good old 9 to 5.
And you know what was even cool about that? Is that I was homesick yesterday. So going to work was borderline a relief. So my relief was sitting at a desk.
Your vacation was going to work. Her vacation is going to Hawaii.
And my stepdad didn't tell her and upgraded them to first class. You know what? Let me read this to you because this is a good contrast to our Spirit
Oh, good.
experience.
Our flight.
Yeah,
to
so
Vegas.
our first class was $5 for a water bottle or nothing, or just air, expensive air.
Or
And if I can find it here.
$14 for a beer.
Okay, yeah. Your menu, first class. Pre-departure, a Mai Tai. Signature Mai Tai.
Our pre-departure,
Yep.
nothing.
Yep. An appetizer of local Hawaiian nuts.
Good old Hawaiian nuts.
Yep. Hold the OJ. The first course was fresh fruits and a warm croissant with butter and jam.
Very plush.
Main course was ricotta pancakes, maple citrus whipped cream with chicken apple sausage.
What kind of...
And this is a
freaking
6 a.m.
gourmet
flight,
meal
so
is
like,
this?
dude, this is the best. And the dessert.
Dude, I don't even eat that good in a restaurant, let alone
and
on
the
an airplane.
dessert was pineapple vanilla shortcake with coffee, tea, and liqueurs. Mind you, this is on top of
They
an open
have
bar.
dessert on the airplane
Yeah, as like
for
your
a 3-course meal.
Yeah,
That's ridiculous.
yeah. And
But hey, props to them. They can afford it.
yeah, man.
They got the time to go on that vacation.
Opening a new business, so you get a little.
Yeah, they
week to
deserve
chill,
it.
Week to get sunburnt, stop looking so gray while
Yeah.
we sit here and work
Yeah.
8 days a week.
Yeah, exactly.
But I thought that when she sent me the menu this morning, I was dying because it's not an option. You just get it all, and I was like, okay, well, that's a great contrast to the flight that we took.
That is absolutely insane.
Yeah, but we made money and they're spending money, so
Yeah, that's true, but at the same time,
yeah, they're there
they're
for a
probably
week and
also
not-
making money.
Yeah, 9 hours.
Vacation time, you know.
Oh yeah.
We just
they're
get
making
screwed
money.
by making money and being at work,
Yeah.
or they have to do nothing and still make their money.
That's like the funny thing about being like our age. It's like you can do cool stuff, but you can't do like adult cool stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that is kind of a bummer.
Yeah, like I pulled an all-nighter the other day and just regret it. I don't feel. It was probably Saturday night. I don't think I've done that since like high school, maybe. Just like actually like didn't go to bed and then just like tried to live my life.
It has been a long time
Yeah,
since I've
and
done that.
It's Wednesday. I felt like ass for 2 or 3 days and then got sick. I finally feel somewhat normal today, and I've been chewing Dayquil like it's mint.
At any point in that few days of feeling like ass, was that hangover, or was that all just...
No, it actually wasn't, which is pretty amazing.
That is pretty impressive.
Yeah. There was definitely some drinks to be had, but there was no hangover. It was just like sitting, like BSing and watching movies with some friends.
Huh.
And then we realized that we're all psychos, and it was like 7 in the morning. And we're like, oh, we all work.
We
tonight.
screwed up.
Yeah. And then half those people showed up late, so.
Good old bar shifts.
Yeah, bartenders. See, this is a psycho thing. I mentioned it last podcast, and I don't think I elaborated. People, like I said, you serve... The best way I heard it described is like working in a restaurant or a bar is that you serve like good food and good drinks all night. You don't get to touch either of them for hours, and then you finally get to
Unfortunately,
a point.
that is true.
Yeah, and you get to a point where you're just like, dude, I want that now, but you don't get that till like 10. And so when you serve a table, half dozen drinks,
Yeah.
you know, you're like, damn, that sounds like, oh, that sounds good.
The whole time just mouth watering
Yeah,
at their
yeah,
food.
but you're like developing like these habits in your head. You're like, oh, dude, you know what?
I would devour that. I would.
Bloody Mary sounds good.
Yeah.
Like Long Island sounds good. Like, oh man, maybe I'll get one of those later. And then you get it off, and then you're like, I want all of them. And then it's 1 a.m, and you're like, oh,
I'm still getting it off.
yeah. Why am I sitting on my hands? Who is this stranger? Yeah. So it's mental. So that's why you end up working some really late nights. And I kind of forgot that. I got a message about that. They're like, what do you mean? Like bartenders are psychos? Like everyone I know is super normal. I was like, no, you don't get it. Like you think your
Message
job's
about
cool.
our podcast or just a random message? Or someone said that?
From the podcast.
Oh, wow.
They're like, oh, what do you mean everyone like is like crazy that works in restaurants? I was like, oh no, you just don't have like a time scale.
Huh.
Like you.
Yeah, that's true. Definitely.
Like I don't think I've ever seen the milkman up before 10:30. And then when I saw him up before 10:30, it's because I woke him up because he was late for his shit.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, we did listen to what you guys had to say, and the big thing was that I was way far away from the mic in episode 1. So hopefully this is a little better audio for you.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll keep listening to what you guys have to say to make this a little better for you.
Definitely. We appreciate the feedback.
Yeah.
We want people to be entertained somewhat.
Yeah.
We heard that's good, and people like stories, which is kind of fun because we're stupid.
We have plenty of those.
Yeah, really bad. Both ones that should be told and ones that shan't.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that. Oh yeah, and with the same thing with like that whole age thing is that's where I start getting kicked in the ass because the all-nighter hurt for like ever, and then I immediately was like, in
especially
high school,
after
like, we did it. Like this is so funny. Let's like crush some Mountain Dews and play Call of Duty, and now it's like, dude, I had so much stuff to get done that day.
Yeah.
Like we were gonna do this.
Yep.
That day, and I was like, okay, well,
We're going to have to push that one back.
yeah, and I was like, I need a nap for like a week, and I was fighting a head cold at the time, and then it was like boom, downhill from there. And like I said, it wasn't even that we were abusing ourselves that bad.
Yeah,
but it was just
a matter
like
of
the
staying
idea
up that long,
Yeah.
and drinking, working
Yeah.
all day, and you worked.
I worked lunch that day, and then got a bunch of stuff done.
Okay.
Yeah, and then went like shot some pool, helped out with the butcher shop, and then just met up back with everybody, and then just kind of hung out. But they got a late start, and I was like just hanging out because I didn't work that night for the first time, and didn't work a Saturday night. It was like first time in forever, but yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
I'm excited to not do that this weekend.
Yeah. Speaking of this weekend and the Super Bowl coming up, pretty wild that the 49ers made it this year out of kind of nowhere at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, I would have never guessed that one. Ever.
Yeah, they were kind of on a downhill after whenever they made it to the playoffs the last time, and then somehow rebuilt their team and turned out pretty good this year and made a dang good run to the Super Bowl. And we will see this weekend how they do.
Who do you got for it?
That's such a hard question.
I know. That's pretty even teams.
Yeah, it's like Kansas City's offense is so freaking dominant.
Yeah.
But then
Absolutely.
the 49ers all around are just so good.
Yep.
And is their defense good enough to get to Patrick Mahomes?
Aren't they like both fully healthy right now too?
Yeah. I was looking at
Maybe
actually
one person question.
Yeah, I was looking at their injury
that's big.
reserves, and it was just like everyone healthy, ready to go for the Super Bowl the day that they need it the most.
Yep.
So I don't know. I'm just going to have to go with the local team and say the 49ers are going to win it.
Yeah.
But who knows? I mean, anything could happen. It's supposed to be a really good day. I looked up the weather there.
Oh, really?
And yeah, it's supposed to be
That's something
like
I didn't do. My research is spot on.
Oh man, after a full year of sports betting,
Oh yeah, you got it.
football, yeah, I've got that stuff down to a T.
Yeah, my sports betting went really well because the two teams I thought were going to be in the Super Bowl are not there. So that's going pretty good. And that's of 2 weeks ago when there was only like 8 teams left. So
Yeah. I mean, there were some pretty wild playoffs.
Yeah.
The fact that the Saints got knocked out round one, first off,
Ravens.
was beyond anyone's
Yeah.
mind, I'm sure.
And
And
it wasn't
same with
really
the
that
Patriots.
close either. They got smacked
Yeah.
for like from the start. What were they on, like 20-0? Like
Oh, it was bad.
before halftime?
Yeah, it was bad.
That was bad. Speaking of that, dude, not to like bring the mood down, but what a heavy sports week.
Insane.
Dude.
With the death of Kobe.
Yeah. Which I mean, you're a Lakers fan. I thought of as soon as I read that, I thought of because I read it right after I like.
I'm really mad that you just now brought this up too, because I was planning on wearing my Kobe headphones and jersey, and I totally spaced it. So
yeah, man, I thought of you and our tall buddy Connor from last episode, because his family's like born and raised.
Oh yeah,
L.A.
They're L.A. diehards. I was just a big Kobe fan.
Yeah.
Not really L.A. So that was a real bummer to me.
Yep.
But as far as like the whole legacy with L.A.
Yeah.
That's rough.
It's super gnarly. And like I was reading more today. I guess like CNN had said that if they would have been like between 20 and 30 feet higher, they would have missed it.
Wow. What? The fog area or?
Because he collided with like.
Oh, the hillside?
Yeah. Basically,
I didn't actually hear what happened.
So I could be wrong because I read like a few different. I mean, so much stuff's coming out like so quick, and they don't have One of the things that came out today is the aircraft was like obviously hella nice. It was like his deal, but it didn't have like a flight recorder, so they won't know like the last like there wasn't a mayday, there wasn't anything, there was no signs of like struggle.
I actually heard that it had one or something along those lines, that he wanted to go like up so high or go up over the fog to where they couldn't record it.
Yeah,
or
well, I mean, like
that.
there is a black box, but like as far as like what the pilot was saying, as if he was in struggle.
Oh yeah, no, I heard that too as well.
It
was
like
insane.
Mandatory after a couple of years after that was manufactured.
Jeez.
So I guess like what happened was it was such thick fog that you have to get special clearance, and you have to follow the freeway under 2,500 feet.
Yeah.
But to get where he needed to be, he had to like veer off.
Which
was fine. So he like spiraled up, like clipped something, and just plummeted.
Jeez.
But
yeah, I heard
he was like 30 feet off, missing whatever he clipped.
Oh, that's insane.
Yeah.
I just saw like a bunch of pictures of like plane parts everywhere.
Yeah.
And it was just so sad.
Yeah.
And then I think the most sad part to me was like, yeah, we lost Kobe and all those kids and whatnot, but one of the families on there who the dad was like a college baseball coach, I think.
Yep.
Both the mom and the dad died.
Yeah.
With the daughter, and I think they had 2 more kids. So those kids, it's like now they have no parents and they lost a sibling.
Yeah,
that's
hard. If I remember right, the kids are young too, like really young. It's super nice. I sat and chatted with Connor about it, and he was like pretty shook. But that's the Diz family story, you know.
Yeah,
and that's so gnarly. He's like 41.
Yeah, that's young and a terrible.
Yeah, that's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
But we were just kind of talking about like the state of LA at this point, because like, obviously that's like, and they had the Grammys that night too, and they were like not protesting, but they were gathering outside of Staples Center, and they'd like start kicking people out because it was at the Grammys were at the Staples Center.
Yeah.
We were just talking about like how bummed this city is, because like that was like their sports like heart, and then you have like the Nipsey Hussle dude getting killed this last year, which was like kind of the soul of like South Central, Crenshaw and everything. I don't know, the spirit of LA is pretty tarnished for a little bit. Not tarnished, but just kind of deflated.
Yeah, well, they have a terrible football team of the Chargers over there with Phillip Rivers gone. So hopefully the spirit of LA kind of goes up a little more with the better team there.
Thank
but
God.
Yeah, no, the whole basketball franchise is just going to be kind of shook and hurt without Kobe there. But
and they
hopefully
rescheduled the next game. The next game was Clippers-Lakers.
Oh, I saw that. That was so coincidental.
A seat on the floor that came out today.
There's so many coincidental things that happen.
It's crazy.
Like that for one. 2, the fact that LeBron, and this is coincidental to me, I don't know what everyone else's opinion is, but the fact that LeBron like broke Kobe's record like the day before.
Yep, and did that post-game interview, and then that was like so hurtful for me. I was like, oh, dude.
So LeBron had like great words for Kobe, which I hope that Kobe heard before all that happened.
I think he did. I think he like got a text or something.
Yeah, hopefully. And then
that's horrible.
An after game interview with Dwight Howard, which I don't know if you heard that one, but that was a pretty good one. he was basically, just saying like how we should praise all these people for doing good things in basketball, blah, blah, blah. But like one phrase, and this isn't word for word, but roughly what he said was like, we need to praise people while they're still alive.
Yeah.
And then boom, 12 hours later, the plane or the helicopter crashed.
That's crazy. I guess.
And I was just like mind blown.
Yeah. And they were saying too that I guess that was like a pretty early deal. It's like 9 or 10 in the morning or something.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
going to their basketball camp.
Just him and his daughter had gone to church that morning too.
Oh.
Like church, took communion, just like
yeah.
I don't think this is the right word, but very like serendipitous. Like the whole thing was just like this. Yeah, it's just too ironic.
Yeah, that's just wild. And what kind of sucks too is like you would have hoped if he would have passed away that like a child of his would have kind of kept the like hardcore basketball like skills and legacy going.
And that was the child.
And she was the child to do that. Yeah. So that was a real bummer.
Yeah.
But
I think one of the things we were talking about that like was crazy is that dude was like, I would argue, I can't think of someone else in sports, and correct me if you can think of someone, I can't think of anyone who has seemed more invincible.
Oh yeah.
Because like,
I mean, besides freaking Tom Brady recently.
Yeah, I said that's probably the only person, him and Breeze, but like someone, well, they're not done yet though.
True.
My argument was that Kobe was never bad. Like he never deteriorated.
No.
Down to his last game as the highest scoring player of that season for a single game.
Tom
like
Brady,
he never actually like had
opposite.
that demise. Like Shaq is incredible, but Shaq had years where it was just like a few points here, a few points there, new team. And not to take anything away from him, but Kobe left, developed this like kind of transition to like this more of a family-centered man and a coach, and like excelled at that. So he was just a dude who like always kept it like plateaued at the top. So I think that was part of like, obviously more than just the initial shock was like this, oh wait, this dude can do no wrong and has done no wrong and has always like peaked.
Yeah, that was another interesting kind of thing that I had a bunch of conversations with people about, was Kobe doing no wrong and all that.
Yeah.
And then the whole like rape case a while back.
Yeah.
But talking with some people who were more on the side of like Kobe's a piece of shit for what he did. Kind of like read up and were like, you know what? Like the fact that he did that, turned around to become a dad to 4 girls, I think.
Yep, 4 girls.
In like a heavily committed relationship with his wife.
Oh, super religious dude.
Yeah. And he said in some like speech or something that he was so glad that he had 4 girls and that he wished he had like more.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it just goes to show his character.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, and I could be wrong too, I was hearing about it today. Was it rape or was it sexual assault? Not that either of those are just excuse me.
I think it was rape, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I think one thing that was really interesting about that whole deal is that's when he like kind of reinvented himself. It was like a little shorter hair, new number, and that's when he became
a little
like
shorter hair. Did he ever have? Oh yeah, he had that little fro when he was number 8.
And then he switched to 24 to like try to rewrite his name.
Yeah.
And then just was like, I'm going to the moon with it.
Huh.
Yeah.
And he sure did.
Yeah. And I think
past the moon.
He got married sometime around then too, and that was just like, take it and just running with it forever.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Wild. Anything can happen.
Yeah. And dude, on that note, I watched the Aaron Hernandez thing this week.
Oh yeah.
Crazy. I just finished it the other day. It's nuts. That dude's story is insane.
Yeah, I'm sure. And for those of you guys who don't know who Aaron Hernandez is, he was what, a linebacker on the New England Patriots?
Dude, he was a tight end.
Oh, tight end. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And or I guess here you.
Yeah, I mean, he was
a little bit more.
I forgot how many seasons. I mean, it might have even been like his first like real season. But he played for the Patriots. They went to the Super Bowl that year, but they didn't win. But basically, what happened, he was just like this total prodigy. He was like 6'4", like 240.
Yeah, big dude.
In like 9th grade.
Yeah.
He was a freaking animal, dude. So basically, like, spoiler alert. Don't really care. You can watch it if you want. It's like just over 3 hours, so strap in. But it's worth it for sure. It's really well done. Yeah, he basically like killed somebody. There was like this case he got dismissed for where I still think he did it, but like where it was like 3 days before he signed a 5-year, $40 million contract with the Patriots. He killed like 2 people for spilling a drink on him. Just pulled him next to him at a light and just shot them both. He got acquitted of that one, but he was like confirmed killed like his sister's. Oh no, sorry, his wife's sister's like soon to be fiance, so it would have been his brother-in-law. Just took him out of the field and killed him, and then left such a ridiculously like obvious paper trail, but like had kind of convinced himself that he never did it, never admitted or anything, and then he hung himself in jail.
Oh, that was in jail?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he hung himself in jail, but it was like this weird thing where they were like he made a bunch of calls at night like he always did. Everyone's like, yeah, he was in super high spirits because he just got acquitted on like the double murder case. So when he got acquitted, he could appeal the first one because he was serving life at that point.
Jeez.
And so he was like in high spirits, and then he just like hung himself that night. And then they did brain scan like to try to wipe his name. They donated his brain to
God,
to CTE research and found that his brain was like overcooked mac and cheese.
Oh, so you look like Antonio Brown brain right now?
Dude. Oh, man.
He's out there.
He's out there. Yeah, he's got out on bail.
He needs to shut up for once in his freaking life. He's so good. Yeah. He came from the Steelers, which is my favorite team, and we are hurting without him, and we're never getting him back.
He's done. This last one, he's done.
Yeah, he's kind of screwed himself. Did you see about his most recent thing?
Which one?
It was like...
He's got out on bail, yesterday?
What?
Today?
I did not know that.
Yeah, they put out a warrant for his arrest and he turned himself in.
Oh my God, the dude's an idiot.
Yeah, it was like he pushed someone moving furniture or something, like attacked somebody.
Yeah, that was the one that I was thinking of.
They ended up putting out a warrant for that.
Oh, man.
Dude. Blowing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do?
I would shut up and sign the damn contract to play.
Yeah. I guess he has to get like a psych eval and stuff because his ex-woman, I don't know if it was a wife or it doesn't really matter, but like his ex-lady said he was like going insane, which,
yeah, he
record would show, but
it's true.
Yeah.
He was going insane.
Because he turned himself in, had to get a psych eval, so it'd be interesting to see what happens there.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, a lot of weird stuff. It's been interesting. I can't believe it's already like February.
I know. Pretty crazy.
Dude.
Getting into that motorcycle season.
Yeah.
We just went for a little ride before this.
Yeah, didn't break anything.
No, it was pretty good. And that was a definite, like, eye-opener after the whole Kobe thing. And then just going out there and riding, like, hey, take every moment for granted, especially riding a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Anything could freaking happen.
Yep. It's kind of like that balance of make sure you enjoy everything, make the best of it, but also, life happens.
Absolutely.
And I say that positively.
Yeah. And that's why we are making the best out of this and making this podcast for you guys.
Yeah. Trying to leave nothing on the table.
Yep. So hopefully you enjoyed this one. And until next time, drink up, boys.
Thanks, guys.